मालूम है.
Mm-hmm.
We are live, sir.
Okay.
Right. Let's wait for about say 5-10 minutes till people join in.
अच्छा, so I can mute my camera? नहीं.
Yes, yes. You could. Seems we have a few participants with us.
Okay, should we continue or should we wait for a while?
Let's wait till say 4:10, sir.
Okay, done.
I'm sure it's going to be a blockbuster session today, and it's going to be very informative. We have 4 people live with us.
Okay. And we'll be taking any questions also if they have any.
Yes, sir. So we'll take a few questions towards the end.
Okay.
So they'll type, and I will they'll type them to me, and I will just ask them to you.
Sure, 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 sure.
Yes, sir. So one of our participants, Lakshay Mall, he says, "Good afternoon, sir." He's a
Very good
very
afternoon.
he's one of the most enthusiastic members of Saraj Foundation,
Oh,
one of the
wonderful.
most experienced members of Saraj Foundation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tina Batla, she's also a very wonderful and enthusiastic member of Saraj Foundation. She's a mission leader here with us. So she's a very enthusiastic artist. She's a mission leader of Mission Hastkala of Saraj Foundation. They're
Oh,
all very
great.
talented dancers, singers, poets, all of them.
Wonderful.
Mr. Sunil Vaid, he's one of my uncles. He's also joined in.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, he's a major industrialist, and I welcome him. He's a true inspiration to me, and I'm so thankful that he joined.
Oh, great.
Saraj Foundation is wishing you the best.
Thank you so much. I'm really thankful to Saraj Foundation, and I'm thankful to Amity University Haryana for allowing me to conduct this show. A special thanks to uh, my HOI, Professor Bhattacharya sir, uh, our Pro VC ma'am, Dr. Padmakali Banerjee ma'am, and all my colleagues.
We are very grateful to have you with us today, sir.
This is indeed a pleasure.
Harsh Gupta, our fellow classmate, he's wishing you
Okay,
good afternoon.
very good afternoon.
We'll just wait for a couple more minutes, and
Yes,
we'll
yes, yes.
give it a
Because I
kickstart.
think our session would also last for almost an hour or so.
Right, sir. Right.
Hmm. There is so much of information to share.
Actually, as I say again, it's gonna be a blockbuster event.
Let's hope for the best, and I'm sure we will not just limit it to preaching. We will also practice some
Right.
recipes in future
Definitely, sir.
with the uncommon ingredients, because generally the ingredients that are very common you find all numerous videos on YouTube. So I don't think we will be able to make a difference in that. But yes, when we use the rare ingredients uh, and I really wish if we could tasting it, because generally in an online session you miss on the aroma, you miss on the taste.
Right, right. So Lakshay is asking, what would we get to know today? Any hint, please?
See, it's all basic about food. The ingredient that we have all eaten and grown up to be successful professionals and bright young people. So it is all limited to food, nothing beyond.
Right, right. And my uncle says, you are masters of cooking and I am master of decorating the cloth. Welcome, Dr. Kunal Seth.
So thank you so much, sir. It's
And
indeed a
then,
pleasure to have you here as an audience to encourage and to keep supporting us.
and a very senior member of Saraj Foundation, and I know her from AmiFest,
Okay.
Miss Manika Maharishi. She wishes you good afternoon.
Very good afternoon, ma'am.
We have a very senior dental surgeon with us, Dr. Rashi Chaturvedi with us here live.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, so let's give it a start. It's 4:10. So
Sure.
we'll play the introduction video. So we'll introduce Saraj Foundation to the audience first. Yes. So I will give you a brief introduction about Saraj Foundation before we go ahead. And so, good evening, one and all. I am Hridayan Shwed, the initiator of Mission Potion, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the second live event of Mission Potion by Saraj Foundation. The Saraj Foundation is a non-profit organization with the motto uniting youth with love to transform the world. Saraj means ray of sunlight. The youth of Saraj is united like rays of the sun to serve humanity. Saraj was founded on June 14th, 2019 by Deepika Arya with a strong passion for making the easiest path for youth to serve humanity. The organization provides social conscious students and young professionals a platform to build a new model to serve humanity based on transformational education, love, and unity. Saraj has a team of hundreds of students, volunteers, and professionals who mentor and educate youth for personal growth and social work across India and give them a better future which will benefit them as well as humanity. For the sake of humanity, Saraj has successfully started 14 different missions so far on women empowerment, education, youth empowerment, health, and community development, etc. Our vision is that in the coming 3 years, Saraj wants to build a digital platform for all those enthusiastic youth out there who have the capability and will for social work. The platform will make social service possible even while we are sitting at home. We are looking to build a new model for serving humanity based on transformational education, love, and human unity. Part of the secret of success in life is to eat what you like and let the food fight it out inside, said Mark Twain. Today, we have amidst us a very eminent personality who is not only my guru but also my guide, who holds a very special place in my heart. One of the most knowledgeable people I have met so far. He is none other than Chef Dr. Kunal Seth, a person full of wisdom and intellect. Chef Dr. Kunal Seth is an alumnus of IHM Bhubaneswar, batch 1993, and is presently employed as a professor and HOD at Amity School of Hospitality, Amity University Haryana. After spending nearly a decade in the industry, working as a chef for HACCP certified organization, catering to international clients, and holding an additional charge of coordinator chef for Air India, Sir knows what truly drives success in the hospitality industry and hence turn to academics. Chef feels that success in academics depends on how well you connect with the heartbeats of students you are trying to help and communicate your understandings back to them. Having held leadership positions like dean, director, principal in reputed institutions of Northern India, he has successfully guided his students to become outstanding hospitality professionals, entrepreneurs, and several celebrity chefs in last 17 years. Sir is very passionate about experimenting with ingredients, especially that have great nutritional contributions in our diet, and hence specializes in superfoods, which led him to collaborate and cater to a prestigious event of General Bipin Rawat. He has featured in live cookery shows on television and has conducted many culinary workshops. He is an active life member of ICF, which is the Indian Culinary Forum, and ISHE, which is the International Society, I beg your pardon, of Hospitality Educators, and has also received a couple of awards to his credit. Sir holds a PhD degree from CSJM, which is the Chhatrapati Shahuji Maharaj University, Kanpur, and has also research papers published in reputed journals. We warmly welcome you to the second edition of Mission Potion's live events.
Thank you
Over
so
to you.
much for Vidyans for the lovely words. I I'm thankful to the viewers. I would like to thank my HOI sir, Professor Arunansh Bhattacharya sir, our Pro-VC ma'am, Dr. Padmakali Banerjee ma'am for allowing us with this session. And Rudyans, I would actually compliment you that this is indeed a very great initiative that you have taken, and
Thank
I'm very happy and proud of you.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Uh, Over to you, sir. May I share the screen?
Okay, you want me to talk about nutrition, right?
Yes, sir. Please, please.
Great question. Okay, you can start sharing.
Yes, sir. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible. I think you should go to the first one. This is the second slide.
Right. Yes.
Great. I'm sure all of us are aware what good nutrition is. Basically, it's the study of how about food and how it is utilized by our body. Please proceed to the next. Well, when we talk of nutrition, I must mention that nutrients are the most important things that contribute to the entire nutrition of our body. And these are the material of food that allows our body to function, sustain life, promote growth, build our immunity to protect our body against diseases, and also to provide energy. When we talk of nutrients, these are very basic, and I'm sure most of you would be aware of it. Basically, we can classify them into two groups. One is the macronutrients, and the other is the micronutrients. When we talk of macronutrients, there is a special mention of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. As we all know, carbohydrates generally provide our body energy, and proteins are the bodybuilding substances which are very important for our body to for development, for growth, for maintenance. And basically protein, fats, and carbohydrates have to be taken by our body and in a balanced manner, which we call as balanced diet. So when a diet that consists of the right quantity of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins is called balanced diet. And when we talk of micronutrients, these are nutrients which are required by our body in very limited amounts. But you will be shocked to know that these nutrients, which are required in such small amounts, can actually compromise our immunity, can lead to a lot of deficiency diseases, and we call them as vitamins, minerals. So I tell you, these are micronutrients. We don't require them in large quantities, but they are highly essential. And in our talk ahead, we'll definitely have a mention of how these are helping us to build our body to sustain life. Next, please. Okay, we all know what food is. We have all grown up to be healthy young citizens having food. There are certain foods that have special values. For example, it builds our immunity, it promotes good health. In fact, it provides our body the tolerance to sustain the kind of abuse that we keep doing off and on, right? And these are basically power packed foods, and mostly they are very simple foods. And when we talk of them in briefly, you will be able to figure out how they are very helpful to us. Next, please. Okay, superfoods, these are generally food in nature that are nutritionally superior compared to the others. As a result, they are thought to support good health and well being. Next, please. Okay, now let me tell you why they are called superfoods. These are superfoods because they have special micronutrients like vitamins, minerals. They are enriched with that, and they build our body immunity, and so that we are able to sustain the different attacks of virus, bacteria, and sometimes the change of season also has a lot of impact on our body. So basically, these foods build the immunity of our body, and it is we stay protected. These are nutrient rich and contain many phytocompounds that are not present in many other food. This is the reason why I call them as superfood. Uh, these food also have a high nutrient density per calorie ratio and tend to be higher in vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, and other beneficial nutrients. I already spoke about vitamins and minerals, but let me tell you how fiber can be useful to our body. Uh, Excretion is a very important function of our body. Basically, when we have too much of protein, most of it gets digested. So there is hardly anything that the body will be able to excrete. So sometimes we end up suffering with problems like constipation or very low or slow bowel movement, and then we may have cramps in our stomach and leading to several stomach disorders. So fiber is a very important nutrient, and basically it provides the roughage to help excretion. And when I talk of antioxidants, they are the basic uh, nutrients which balance with the others and provide the best immunity that our body needs. Sometimes it can be really useful in prevention of many deadly diseases like cancer, etc. So sometimes when we use these superfoods in our daily diet, what happens is the immunity of our body is in such a position that the diseases are not able to attack us. This is basically a preventive measure. Normally, after suffering from a disease, we go for treatment. But if we can prevent some diseases, then it is always appreciable. Next, please. Where can superfoods be found? In fact, they are found everywhere. Superfoods are found in all food groups and range from the ordinary to the most exotic, such as green leafy vegetables, citrus fruits, berries. I actually say that these are different gifts of God, and sometimes these are seasonal. For example, in this season, you see red cherries coming in. When it was winters, we found strawberries. So basically, in every season, we should try what is the fresh local produce, and we should target those fruits, and we should consider them as gifts of God, gifts of nature, and we should consume them. And generally, the food that have deeply pigmented, like cherries, beetroot, peppers, we also call them capsicum or bell peppers, right? Basically, these deeply pigmented vegetables have a lot of health benefits. Next, please. Then we have quinoa, we have acai berries. I am sure most of us will know what wheatgrass is. These are basically small sprouts of wheat grain, and as the grain sprouts, they develop a lot of nutrients, and this is also helpful in treating cancer like ailments. Then we have baobab, we have barley grass. So these are really, really helpful products. We'll talk of them. Sometimes we call them as microgreens. So I'll talk of them in the further slides. Next, please. Basically, we can see this food pyramid. Next, please. Well, when I would differentiate between superfood and non-superfood, basically superfoods are whole grains, and non-superfoods will be refined. For example, when we try to remove the bran, जिसको हम हिंदी में छिलका कहते हैं, जब हम किसी भी अनाज का छिलका रिमूव करते हैं तो छिलके के साथ उसके बिल्कुल नीचे जो विटामिन मिनरल्स होते हैं, तो दोज अंडरलाइंग minerals and vitamins also get removed in an attempt to remove the skin of it. For example, refined sugar, refined rice, I'm sure all of us know the difference between a polished rice and a brown rice. So basically, as we remove the bran, a lot of vitamins also get removed. For example, the difference between refined flour and atta. Basically, atta is the powder of the whole grain of the wheat grain. But in case of refined flour, the bran of the wheat grain is first removed, and then only the white part, which we call the endosperm, is ground into powder, which we call as refined flour. Basically, all refined products do not contain any kind of fiber. So, first of all, the excretion process of our body is compromised, and hence it leads to a lot of issues. When we talk of whole grains, basically uh, whole wheat, bagel, oatmeal, cereals, crackers, these are all part of superfoods. And non-superfoods would be processed, and processed food generally have a lot of chemicals added to it, to which we call them as preservatives. So these preservatives, they are generally classified into different class 1, class 2, class 3. But let me tell you, all of them have bad impact in our body, and when it is consumed for a long period of time, it is definitely not very healthy. Next slide, please. Well, now we will talk of legumes. Legumes, as we all know, are packed with proteins, right? And these are rich plant foods made up of beans, lentils, peas, peanuts, alfalfa. They are loaded with nutrients and play a role in preventing and managing various diseases. Legumes are a rich source of vitamin B, various minerals, proteins, and fiber. Research indicates that they offer many health benefits, include improved type 2 diabetes management as well as reduced blood pressure and cholesterol. Regular consumption may also promote healthy weight maintenance due to their ability to improve feelings of fullness. Now, let me tell you, when I talk of legumes, they are a lot of variety, and we should try all the varieties that are available, and not get focused to only a specific type of dal. Generally, I have come across many students of mine who say ki I like arhar dal the best. Okay, it's quite fair to have a special liking for a variety, specific variety, but that does not mean that we will not keep trying the other varieties. It is very important that we should make a mix of all of them. Maybe if we have to plan a diet for 7 days, so we can include different legumes uh, every day. So that gives you a lot of variety, and then we are also we get the different benefits of the different legumes that we consume. So that is one thing that we must understand, that we should not get stuck to one kind of legume, and we should keep trying the others as well. Next, please. Now, when we talk of beans, beans are fully loaded with fiber, magnesium, necessary protein, iron, zinc, antioxidants, potassium, and the list is endless. This is what it makes a superfood. Taking beans performs an important part in keeping a healthy intestinal tract as well as keeping the blood cholesterol levels in check. Eating in smart way and having the right food gives your body with all nutritional value can make sure you happy and healthy life. Now let me tell you, there is something called horse gram. In Hindi we call it a kulthi ka dal. Uh, you will be shocked to know that when we have a problem of stone in our kidney, this kulthi actually acts as a cleanser. Uh, Many Ayurvedic people, they advise us to soak it in water, and then early morning, empty stomach, you drink that water. But what I mean to say is, if we consume it at least once a month, also, then also our intestines, they are cleansed. So any kind of sedimentation that keeps happening in our gallbladder or in our kidney is taken care of. So basically, it's a kind of prevention that we can do so that we do not suffer from a major disease and then our immunity is compromised and then we have some difficulties. Next change, please. Well, as I was talking of vegetables, the bright dark colored superfoods. Normally, we all know that the green beans, broccoli, carrot, squash, etc., though they are seasonal, they provide us with fiber, vitamin C, E, A, minerals, and antioxidants. Um, Basically, if you eat more of dark and dark orange vegetables, either cooked or raw, vegetables are easy to incorporate in our daily routine diet. We can buy canned vegetables, but yes, we have to be really, really careful to figure out if there is no preservative or no salt added. Because again, if there is some preservative, the nutrients get compromised. Vary your vegetables with a lot of different colored choices. Different colored vegetables often supply different nutrients. Avoid cooking vegetables down with excess calories from butter or other sauces. Buy fresh and from local market. Basically seasonal fresh, because if we either have it frozen or if we have it preserved, there is a loss of nutrient that keeps happening every day. So it is best to buy them as fresh as possible. And moreover, the seasonal fresh, it is not only cheaper, it is more flavorful, it is more nutrific, and it complements the season also. Right. Next change, please. Now, when I talk of dark leafy vegetables, we can find many of them. But the thing is, sometimes we are not aware, and we do not know that these the green leafy plants that grow around us, or which is commonly found around us, whether it is edible, whether it has any nutrient benefits, we do not know. So that is again a issue. What my objective is to make you all aware that these are excellent sources of nutrients, including folate, zinc, calcium, iron, magnesium, vitamin C, and fiber. They have a high potential to reduce the risk of chronic illness, including heart disease and type 2 diabetes. They also contain high levels of anti inflammatory compounds such as carotenoids, which may protect against certain types of cancer. Some well known green leafy vegetables include kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, turnip greens, spinach, lettuce, arugula, amaranth. Amaranth is in Hindi we call it cholai, and in Haryana we call it as khate ka saag. And if you see, it is very, very widely grown during this specific season, and it is actually priceless. But we generally don't understand the nutrific benefits of it, so we do not consume it. Maybe we do not like the taste, and so generally it is used as a fodder. But as a chef, I firmly believe that no vegetable is bad. Basically, it is again the competence of the chef, how that specific vegetable is cooked into something, into a delicious dish that would appeal to everyone. So that is definitely a challenge, but I am sure I have several such recipes, and they are really delicious. It's not that we brand any vegetable ki this is not good. Maybe the first time when I tried that vegetable, it was not cooked as per my taste. But I am sure we can make some combinations with different ingredients and make it, cook it in a manner which is more palatable, which is liked by even the youngsters. So that is definitely a challenge, but I am sure it is not a very big challenge and we can work it out. Next change, please. Well, Moringa or Sesna, I am sure most of you would be aware the current government of UP has taken an initiative to plant trees in this rainy season. सावन के महीने में इस पौधे का ये लगाने की कोशिश की जा रही है. You know the reason why? the leaves, the flowers, and the fruit of moringa has several culinary delights. इसके फूल भी खा सकते हैं, इसके पत्ते भी खा सकते हैं, एंड इसके जो डंटे होते हैं जैसे सांबर वगैरह में यूज करते हैं, तो they can be cooked into several culinary delights, and it has been used for centuries. And just most shocking thing is it has been used as an antifungal, antiviral, antidepressant, anti-inflammatory properties, and several health benefits. So when a certain ingredient is packed with so much of benefits, so why should we not consume them? You will be shocked to know the kind of nutrition they have. They have vitamin A, B1, B2, B3, B6, vitamin C, and minerals like calcium, potassium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, and zinc. Now, if you look at the traditional recipes, grandmother's recipes, you will find if the leaves of moringa, the flowers of moringa featuring in most of the culinary delights. And at least I have tried several recipes, and they are actually very good in taste. But yes, when we know that it is good for health, we should try and use it in several ways, which is more palatable. Because ultimately, the what I firmly believe, जो इंसान का जो परम कर्तव्य है वो भगवान के लिए इस शरीर का संपूर्ण ध्यान रखना. तो अगर हमें जानकारी होगी कि ये चीजें जो हमारे आसपास हैं, एंड बहुत ज्यादा महंगे भी नहीं है, ये तो आपके आंगन में भी हो सकता है इसके पौधे हैं, बट हाँ, अगर अवेयरनेस नहीं है और इसके बारे में हमें जानकारी नहीं है, तो और हम इसके बेनिफिट्स नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं, तो दैट इज अगेन ए बिग डिजास्टर. तो बेसिकली अगर हमें इस जानकारी से अगर हम इसको प्रयोग में ला सकते हैं, अपने खाने पीने में इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं, एंड अभी जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये मैं सिर्फ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, आगे अगर मुझे मौका मिला तो मैं जरूर इसके रेसिपीज भी आपके साथ बना के लाइव सेशन में शेयर करना भी चाहो, मुझे अच्छा लगेगा. बिकॉज व्हेन आई हैव ट्राइड, आई एम श्योर इसके जो फूल के कोफ्ते, दे आर एक्चुअली वंडरफुल, मार्वेलस. नेक्स्ट चेंज प्लीज. Okay, Gandha Parisarini. This is a very uncommon herb, but I have one in my kitchen garden. This is very popular in the northeastern belt of India. The leaves are used in several culinary delights, generally featuring in grandmother's recipe. The leaves are used in relieving any kind of inflammation in the body, rheumatic pain, gout, arthritis, problems of infertility, paralytic patients, chronic abdominal pain, chronic dysentery, diarrhea, flatulence, overeating, and abscess. It has properties of carminative, hence used to stimulate the central nervous system. I remember as a child, whenever we used to just recover from fever, my grandmother used to say कि इसको I will give him this vegetable. Basically, we didn't know that it has so many nutritive value that the next day itself, the weakness that we generally suffer after a fever, that is totally done with. There is no suffering, no weakness at all. So that is the advantage that comes in as we are using such vegetables. And I tell you, if you look at the recipes, in Assam, in Bengal, they are very popular. इसको you can find जैसे इनको हम बोलते हैं वहाँ पे गनाल पत्ता, तो गनाल पत्ता झोल, that is a Bengali dish, and I tell you, people would people who know this dish, their mouth must be starting to water because it is so succulent and so delicious. Next change, please. Yes. Then we have this called kulekhara leaves. These are basically leaves that grow in the wild itself, and this is again from the northeastern part of India. Um, this leaf is cooked into several delicious side dishes. It is made into a paste like for a chutney, and it is again it features in the grandmother's recipe, and it is a in olden times, it was used as a cure for diarrhea, inflammation, pain, abdominal disorders, anemia, and several blood and urinary related disorders. Uh, Basically, there are times when many people suffer from problems of hemoglobin. They are deficient in that. So it is even better than medicines, I tell you. If you include this at least once a week and you see the hemoglobin level of the person going up, so this is again a very priceless vegetable that is there, and the recipes are also really wonderful. Though it is a bit difficult to find it in Delhi. Obviously, this is popular in places where there are Bengali markets because it is very popular in Bengal. Next change, please. Then we have this is called Gotu Kola. In Bengal, it is called Thankuni Pata. And you will be shocked to know the several health benefits that it has. It is super effective in getting rid of acidity, gas, and constipation. And if you continue to use it, any such problem actually gets cured permanently. It prevents high blood pressure. It can even control high fever. It cures diarrhea. It cures certain skin diseases. It helps in healing ulcers and different kinds of gastric ulcers. It increases the immunity and revitalizing the brain cells. It cures wounds, cuts, burns, improves leprosy, improves mental health, depression, anxiety, hypertension, cleanses the stomach, and stop formation of gas and acids. So basically, this miracle leaf is loaded with vitamins and the minerals, has a special feature in traditional cuisine, often as a delicious side dish combined with other ingredients and also as tasty fritters. इसको चाय के साथ पकौड़ी में भी लोग यूज करते हैं एंड लेट मी टेल यू इट्स रियली डिलीशियस. नेक्स्ट चेंज प्लीज. There are several other green leafy vegetables that we could have talked of. Basically, there is a Bengal day flower, जिसको हिंदी में कनकवा के पत्ते बोलते हैं, उसके भी पकौड़े वगैरह बनते हैं एंड दे आर ऑल्सो एक्सट्रीमली गुड. तो बेसिकली द मोर we keep using these green leafy vegetables, the better it is. Now let us proceed to the root vegetables. Uh, Root vegetables, there is a special community of Jains who do not use this vegetable. But let me tell you, uh, these root vegetables are again power packed with nutrients like vitamin A, B, C, magnesium, potassium, and they have fiber and they help preserve our health of our body while reducing the risk of the such as cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. The examples can be sweet potato, carrots, onions, parsnips, beetroots, garlic, ginger, turmeric, radish, and let me tell you that garlic has so much of natural antibiotic. If you have a sore throat, it is so helpful. If you have common cold, it is so helpful. So basically, these are power packed with nutrients. Let us go in detail. Next change, please. Okay, the next is microgreens. When I talk of microgreens, these are basically seedlings of vegetables and herbs. And once the seed of the herb or vegetable begins to grow, it is considered as a sprout. But when I talk of microgreens, it is slightly uh, overgrown than the sprouts. Uh, this is basically a baby plant that is considered to be a microgreen. Sprouts and microgreens are not one of the same. Sprouts are usually grown in water and are harvested within 2 to 3 days, while microgreens are grown in soil or in compost and require sunlight and are harvested when they are about 2 inches tall. Baby greens are grown for longer periods and are usually about 3 to 4 inches tall before they are harvested. Microgreens can be grown from any herb or vegetable. The flavor of microgreens depends on the plant they come from. It can range from mild to tangy, spicy to peppery. Microgreens have high oxidant content and are considered a functional food that promotes health and prevents diseases like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure. These plant based foods also support a healthy complexion, increased energy, lower weight, and a longer life expectancy. These microgreens can be used in salads, let me tell you. Uh, there are times when we say, for example, during the COVID times, my family used to complain that we are not finding green leafy vegetables. I said, no worries. Let me fetch the seeds and let us grow them. And I actually grew them at home, and they can be used as garnishes in several vegetables. They can be used as salads. And let me tell you, even like basil, parsley, you can have microgreens of these also. So basically, it also gives you a flavor also. Apart from the nutrition, it also adds on to the flavor. Next change, please. Well, when I talk of the popular microgreens, it can be cilantro, amaranth, what I was talking of about cholai, arugula, radish, basil, beets, broccoli, kale. Microgreens can boost color, enhance flavor, and add texture to any dish. For example, it is very commonly used as garnishes, while delivering a nutritional boost as well. Some tips for adding microgreens into our meals include use them as a topping for salads and soups, tossing a small handful into a smoothie or juice before blending, using them as a garnish alongside any main dish, placing microgreens on top of a flatbread or pizza after cooking, adding microgreens into an omelette or frittata, replacing lettuce with microgreens on a burger, sandwich, or tacos. So it is not only in the Indian dishes that we can use them in a lot of continental and Western dishes also. Next change, please. Well, when I talk of herbs, herbs not only add flavor without calories, they also serve many health benefits such as healing foods. Rosemary is an herb that may help prevent damage to blood vessels and aids cardiovascular health. The healing herb may also help with digestion and memory function and reduce muscle and joint pain when applied topically. Rosemary's active ingredient, that is carnosic acid or carnosol, is believed to prevent the spread of cancer. So basically, if it has so much of health benefit, why not use it in our food? Why wait for the day till we actually suffer from a disease and then take a treatment? So when we can use these as a preventive measure. So basically, this awareness, and if we actually bring this awareness into practice, I am sure we will be able to hold many a disease at the bay and keep ourselves healthy. Parsley is again very high in antioxidants, vitamin A, C, and chemical epigenin. It helps inhibit the growth of cancer cells. It also has been shown to have heart healthy effects, including reducing blood pressure. Chives are again rich in vitamin A, C, and are known for their antioxidant effects. This healing herb has also been shown to reduce the risk of gastric cancer. नेक्स्ट वी हैव स्टीविया स्टीविया इसको हम हिंदी में मीठी तुलसी भी बोलते हैं दिस इज ए नेचुरल जीरो कैलोरी स्वीटनर एंड इज बिलीव्ड टू एड also in weight loss. Basically, people who suffer from diabetes, this is one of the very good sugar substitute that they can use. Normally, there are many sugar substitutes, but again, let me tell you, they are not natural. But this stevia is a natural zero-calorie sweetener. It also is believed to lower blood pressure, control diabetes, prevent certain forms of cancer, protect oral health, build strong bones and skin care. The next we have the curry leaves, which is इसको हम बोलते हैं मीठी नीम. So as we all know that neem has also a lot of health benefits, but generally because of its bitter taste, it is not very commonly used in cuisines. However, let me tell you, there is a dish called shukto in Bengal. where which is basically a bitter dish. They start with the Bengalis. They start with bitters because they are believed to be heavy sweet consumers. So they start their dish with bitters. So they generally try a dish called sutto, which is generally either made out of bitter gourd or with neem or anything that is bitter. So similarly, these curry leaves, they also have lot of nutritive value. And any South Indian tadka is done with curry leaves. Even Gujaratis use it. Even North Indians use it. So curry leaves are actually rich in vitamin A, B, C, B12. Curry leaves are also said to be good sources of iron and calcium. Curry leaves are also used to treat calcium deficiency and other conditions. So basically, even I have made chutneys out of curry leaves, and I tell you, it is not only flavorful; it is also healthy. So obviously, we should find innovative ways of how we can uh, bring this herbs into our daily diet. I'm sure if we are a bit innovative, we can actually prevent many diseases that might bother us in recent future. Next change, please. Well, broccoli, we all know this is very common and a very well-known continental vegetable. This natural veggie is loaded with a variety of nutritional value that create an overall superfood for all. Broccoli includes vitamin C, K, A, and potassium, which is very much essential for all. It not only helps in controlling hypertension level but also known to improve the immune system. Physicians suggest that this veggie to expectant mothers because of the calcium and iron that it contains. You must also be sure you try and eat broccoli at room temperature. Maybe this is as healthy salad planning since this maintains its nutritional value. So obviously, there was a finding that I did. Generally, women above the age of 35, almost around 60% suffer from low calcium, vitamin B3 deficiency, and vitamin B12 deficiency. So obviously, if we keep consuming these kind of healthy ingredients in our regular diet, I'm sure we will be able to avoid things from going wrong. Next change, please. Now we come to the fruits, bright, dark colored superfoods. Strawberries, grapes, oranges, bananas, apples, they all provide vitamins like C, E, A, minerals, antioxidants, fibers. Uh, Generally, we should try and include these vegetables in our diet. Generally, if we can eat it fresh, nothing like it. If we do not like it fresh, maybe we can try many such options. Recently, I had done a workshop on mocktails. Let me tell you, we can use these fresh fruits to make several innovative mocktails which even children would like. Basically, there is no other way how we can motivate our children to like them, and we know that they are good for health. So obviously, we have to present this to the children in a manner that which is palatable and is liked by them. So that again is becomes very important for all of us. So try berries on your breakfast cereal, or oatmeals, grapes, oranges, apples, or bananas for snacks. Buy fruits in season to get the most nutritious and the freshest produce. Keep apples, grapes, bananas, oranges, and other easy fruits on hand for a quick and filling snack. Pre-cut pineapple, oranges, mangoes, or other fun fruits so that are easy to eat when the craving comes in. Buy fresh fruits that are in the season and are local, since they are typically cheaper and more flavorful. Canned, frozen, and dried fruits are also great options for those who have hard time in keeping fresh fruits. But again, canned, we have to be really careful in figuring out whether it contains any kind of preservatives. Frozen, well, it is okay, but normally as the longer we freeze, there is a loss of nutrients in it. And we can also make them into several desserts. For example, a lot of Shrikhand varieties can be made. Um, I have tried many such Shrikhand variety with different fruits, and they have come out to be really, really tasty and have been really appreciated by many people. Next change, please. Well, as I was saying, berries are a nutritional powerhouse of vitamins, minerals, fibers, and antioxidants. The strong antioxidant capacity of berries is associated with reduced risk of heart disease, cancer, and other inflammatory conditions. Berries may also be very effective in treating various digestives and immune related disorders when used alongside traditional medicinal therapies. Some of the most common berries include raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, cranberries, and अभी तो सीजन है जामुन का. And I'm sure most of you will agree that jamun is not very good to eat raw. But yes, I remember making a mocktail out of it called a purple hue. I blended it with curd and we made a sort of jamuni flavored उसको क्या कहते हैं जामुनी फ्लेवर्ड लस्सी अगर हम हिंदी में बोलें otherwise we can make a mocktail also. So there are many innovative ways that we can try and incorporate these fruits into our regular diets. Next change, please. Well, this is a very uncommon fruit, but many people, of us would know of this. This is called a sea buckthorn berry. This is generally found in the hilly regions of northern India and also northeast India. It is known to prevent cancer. It is believed to boost our immune system. It aids in managing diabetes, gives relief from gastric distress, aids in eliminating age spots and wrinkles, good for your skin. So it can make you actually look young. Protects against muscular degeneration and cataracts, helps to increase uptake of iron and blood circulation, reduces risk of atherosclerosis, heart attacks, and strokes. So, if a berry can actually be so good, so why not use it? Now, let me tell you, it is rich in potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, phosphorus, and they also have good amounts of folate, biotin, vitamin B1, B2, B6, C, E. So it is actually packed with a lot of nutrition. Next change, please. Then we come to nuts and seeds. Well, nuts and seeds are generally liked by most of us, and in our Indian cuisine, we sometimes use them as a paste in our gravies also. But there are many nuts and seeds which are very, very lesser known. For example, pumpkin seeds. You will be shocked to know the advantages of pumpkin seeds. And I tell you, normally all of us have eaten cashew nuts being ground into a white gravy. But try using the pumpkin seeds into a gravy. I'll tell you, you will relish them. Even for that matter, we all use jackfruit. The jackfruit seeds, they are also awesome, and they are actually packed with nutrients. Normally, there is a very different outlook. Let me share a story with you. I think continuously taking you with the theoretical thing won't be so exciting. Normally, my wife is in a habit of asking my friends or guests who come in कि आपको क्या पसंद है. But you will be shocked to know मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ आपको क्या ना पसंद है. And recently one of my school friends he had come home and मुझसे मैंने पूछा तेरे को कौन सी सब्जी नहीं पसंद है. तो he was very happy in saying कि मेरे को ना कटहल नहीं पसंद है. Thinking that at least I would want to make kathal for him. But to his utter surprise, I deliberately made kathal to him. It is not that I wanted to torture him. I thought maybe his first experience with that kathal fruit, kathal as a vegetable, was not so good. So let me again give him an opportunity to try it out in a manner that I like. As a chef, I'm sure I made it so palatable that now whenever he is at home and he is making that, he sends me photographs. Today I have made kathal biryani. And I tell you, kathal biryani comes out to be really fabulous. So basically, no ingredient is bad. The way how you cook it, how you make it palatable, that is very important. So let me tell you the various health benefits of seeds and nuts. Uh, it comes with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties which can protect against oxidative stress. Research indicates that eating nuts and seeds can have protective against heart diseases and are linked to weight loss when included in a balanced diet. Common nuts and seeds that include almonds, pecan nuts, pistachio, walnuts, cashew, Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts, peanuts technically a legume often considered as a nut. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. These are the again superfoods I'm talking of. And I tell you, apart from munching them roasted, you can grind them into several chutneys using other ingredients, and they can be a good sort of dip for all the dishes that you like. It can be a sort of chutney as an accompaniment to those dishes. And chia seeds and all, flax seeds, chia seeds, they are power packed with ingredients. The only thing is we need to figure out ways how we like it. Next change, please. Well, almonds, I think it's a favorite of most people. They are known to have cancer precautionary qualities along with benefits of heart. Almonds are loaded with iron, calcium, vitamin E, amongst the most essential nutritional value. But one should have almonds in limit as it contains some fats which can increase your weight. Generally, if you look at the grandmother's remedies, सुबह सुबह soaked almonds खिलाया जाता था, because traditionally there were not too many medicines available for treatment. So all of us used to bank on prevention. So that is why these were used as preventive measures. Next change, please. Well, milk and dairy products. I'm sorry, vegans won't be very happy with it, but let me tell you, it is again a very essential component and essential ingredient. So, thinking beyond veganism, I can tell you, low fat or fat free options of milk are really good. For example, milk, when I talk of cheese, the goat cheese or the feta cheese is considered to be the healthiest. And yogurt, mostly all yogurts are good. And there is a famous there is a famous breakfast item that French people eat called muesli. So they make this yogurt flavored with different fruits and they consume it, and it is actually very tasty. So milk and milk products, they not only provide calcium, vitamin D, even when we choose skim milk and other low fat dietary products, it is better than a full cream milk, I tell you. Uh, Especially for people who are above 30-35. Normally, when you are in a growing age, it is good if you consume full cream milk. But otherwise, when you are above 30, it is always advisable to have skim milk, because you get all the nutrients, but just that the fat percentage is reduced. And it can be incorporated in any milk. For example, milk with hot and cold cereals, yogurt as a snacks, cheese on sandwiches. Not all cheese, but especially the feta cheese. Now, it can be also used on basically salads. Then, as an alternative, soya milk, almond milk are also healthy alternatives. And yogurt and soya yogurt are also healthy snacks and good sources of calcium. Next change, please. Yogurt is a dairy product which is loaded with calcium, necessary protein, and probiotics. It also contains vitamin D that helps our body to process the calcium, which is good for your bone fragments. Consuming yogurt regularly can actually help reduce cholesterol levels also. So it is very, very essential that we consume yogurt because as we grow from a child, the acceptability of milk in our body gets reduced. But yes, the acceptability of yogurt is always there. So as an adult, it is always good to consume more of yogurt, and especially during the hot season of summers. Next change, please. Now let us move on to the meat and beans, superfood that are animal based. Well, animal based superfoods, basically fish would be the number one because they have a lot of omega 3 and a lot of antioxidants. However, skinless chicken and turkey, basically lean beef, lean pork, eggs, low fat and fat free dairy, low fat cheeses, these can be good superfood options. However, uh, bacon or the any red meat or even the chicken leg or chicken with skin, which contains more of fat, should be avoided, and especially the processed meats. Let me tell you, most of us like sausages and salamis, but there is a salt that is used in curing those. It is called saltpeter. It is basically potassium nitrate, and there are times when it is used in alarming amounts just to increase the potassium nitrate in the food. And potassium nitrate is the major cause of esophagus cancer, duodenum cancer, stomach cancer, especially in America. When we talk of animal-based superfoods, one thing that is very, very important that we should remember that we do not go for red meat or we do not go for fatty meat because that would ruin the benefits of the food. So basically, skinless chicken or chicken breast, turkey, eggs, fish. I think fish tops the list. And let me also tell you, there are the reason why we need to depend on animal food. Our body needs certain amino acids, and basically there are two types of amino acids. One is the essential amino acids, and the other is the non-essential amino acids. The non-essential amino acids, our body is able to make it by itself, but for the essential amino acids, we need to bank on from external sources because our body does not make it. So when we talk of vitamin B12, this is one vitamin which is not found in any vegetarian food. When I say any vegetarian food, I mean even the dairy and dairy products is considered to be from an animal origin. So if you are consuming dairy products, it is fine. But someone with a vegan diet, I'm really apprehensive that they should take supplements. Normally, what happens if you are deficient in vitamin B12, it will affect your vitamin D3 basically. And when your vitamin D3 is low, the calcium absorption from normal food will actually suffer. And there is a research that I did where we had taken a survey of women above the age of 35. So you'll be shocked to know around 60% of women have calcium or vitamin D3 deficiency, and which are actually the problems that they face is pain in the limbs and similar issues. So basically, it is not a big problem. It is just a deficiency issue, and if we can focus a bit on our diet, I'm sure this can be eradicated. When we talk of eggs, eggs are complete food, and these are very good for people in the growing age. unless anyone has any cholesterol issue, I think eggs are definitely good in all forms, starting from breakfast to snacks, lunch, dinner. A lot of variety that we can make out of eggs, and the best thing is it contains a lot of proteins, vitamin A, vitamin E, choline, which is again very important for the functioning of our nervous system, and it provides our body with a lot of advantage that makes it a superfood. For example, vitamin B12. Okay, next change. Oh, now, when we talk of salmon, I think it is one of the best food, animal-based food. Basically, since it is a fish, so it is low in fat. It improves your heart health. It reduces the risk of cancer. It improves memory, strengthens bones, and basically, I believe many people do not like fish. The reason is either because of the strong flavor or because of the many bones that they need to struggle while eating. But yes, we can make a variety of dishes without the bones, and we can actually marinate the uh, fish and deodorize it to an extent that it is the flavor is reduced and it is more palatable. So that is one thing that we can do. And I was saying, it provides us with those amino acids which are really essential, especially the B12, because we have to depend on animal food for that. And fish is one of the very good healthy options. Next stage, please. Then we have fats and oils. When we talk of fats and oils, it is not that every oil is bad for health. Basically, when we look at the vitamins that are fat soluble, for example, vitamin E, A, and K, uh, if we actually discontinue eating oils or fats in our diet, so we will have a deficiency of these vitamins. So basically, the plant-based oils, which are good, maybe olive oil, canola oil, peanut oil, avocado oil, and even rice bran oil is good. But we should definitely try and avoid uh, the saturated fats. For example, butter, lard, or generally food that are processed, fast food, ice creams, or generally fried items. Now, let me tell you, when we talk of fried items, it is not that fried items are really bad. The problem is when we heat the fat to a temperature above 120 degrees centigrade, it gets oxidized. And when it gets oxidized, it produces a lot of trans fats. So, if we fry something in the first fresh oil, it is not as bad. But gradually, when the oil gets old, and you can see there is the color also changing in the oil, and after a while, the flavor also changes. Sometimes it turns rancid. So that is really really bad because the oil has got oxidized, and a lot of trans fats have come in, and people who have cholesterol issues or high blood pressure issues, it is a strict no-no for them because this can actually be really bad. However, technology has come to a stage where we can eat fried food without actually frying it in oil. Basically, there are many air fryers that are available in the market these days, which give you that same crispy crust, the same golden brown color, but without the excessive fat in it. So that is again a good healthy option. And basically, the plant-based olive oil and all are really good. Olive oil, sesame oil, they are actually good. There is no problem in consuming that. Next change, please. Well, sometimes we throw off many things which we consider it to be a kitchen waste, right? So, in fact, watermelon, rind, is very very nutritious. It is great for our skin, nervous system, and also good for our immunity. And I have experimented with this, and I have come across. I have in fact made a few good recipes, starting from a dessert to uh, continental and Italian food, also like cannolinis and dips and marmalade out of this, and has turned out to be really really good. Basically, this is not only about reducing your kitchen waste, but also finding out a way how we can be more sustainable. And watermelon itself is a good food, and the rind is extremely good, and it has modest amount of vitamin B6 and vitamin C. I think any questions? I think I have spoken enough. If anyone has any questions, we'll take that. This was a recipe that I had made, barfi.
And I saw that recipe, sir. It was amazing.
No, I think you saw that छिलका one, तरबूज के छिलके का
Yes,
हलवा. This
halwa.
is
Yes, yes, yes.
this is a different one. This is a बर्फी. Basically जैसे काजू कतली बनता है, it is तरबूज के छिलके
Okay.
का बर्फी.
Right,
And
right, right,
in
right.
fact, it was more appreciated more than the halwa.
I see. I see.
Yes, Divyansh, can you check if we have any questions from the audience?
Sure, sir. Sure. I request the audience to put up their questions in the chat box.
I think we must have lost some of the questions when we got disconnected because of the.
I think, sir. I think. Yeah.
No issues. In case we have any questions, it can be put across to us, and we'll definitely try and answer them either on their email or.
Right. 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 But
Any
I
questions that you would like to ask?
have we again lost the connection? It seems.
Yes, Vidyansh, any question that you would like to ask?
Uh, my question would be. I think, sir, could you give some information about in the presentation? Uh, Apart from the presentation, I would like to ask something about the other day we were talking about that mahua. So if you could tell us something about, tell the audience something about mahua.
Okay, then instead of Maua, I think there is another thing that is coming to my mind. Have you seen the cotton tree, semal?
Yes,
That is most popularly called semal in Hindi.
yes, sir, yes, yes.
Generally, the flowering time is during Holi.
Right, 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 right.
So before it turns out to be the flower, the buds, they can be actually cooked into a variety of dishes, starting from a pickle and a side dish. Basically, again, going back to the grandmother's recipe, and if you look at the health benefits, they are immense.
I see, I see.
Immense health benefits. I avoided your question of mahua was the reason because mahua is at times used for making a drink that is intoxicating.
Right. I had a, I will just tell you a story about, I had a geography teacher when I was in class 10th. She is also my class teacher. So we had a mahua tree growing in our school. So she used to tell us that it's called garib ki roti. Garib ka atta is made out of mahua. People who were unable to afford atta, the wheat thing. They used to collect mahua seeds, and they used to make roti out of that. So it was totally affordable and wasn't really expensive at all. Free of cost. So that's how I remember it. And then I checked on Google that it's. But then since you told it's intoxicating, I better stay away from it.
Maybe even if you look at poppy seeds, they feature great money. They are of they are liked in Bengali cuisine a lot, which we they in the local language they call it posto, poppy seeds.
Right.
But
Yes.
internationally, many countries do not use poppy seeds.
Right.
But technically, it does not have any intoxicating effect, and it is good for health. But obviously, there is a use, there is a misuse, and there is a abuse to everything. So
True.
obviously, you can use those seeds to grow poppy and maybe make out some opium drugs and etc. But otherwise, in it can be cooked for many culinary delights. Yes, even in white gravy, we use khaskhas poppy seeds.
Yes, sir. Yes. I also had a question in my mind. The other day, I was watching a video on YouTube. So, as we all know, kachri is used for as a tenderizing agent in various.
Correct,
It's also
correct.
used in various achars. So, what is it called in English? It's like a watermelon, a mini watermelon. So, what's it called in English?
I need to figure that out. I need to figure that out. It is very common in India,
Yes, sir. Yes.
and apart from raw papaya, we use it as for tenderizing tough meats,
Right.
and,
Right.
we make it into pickles also. In English,
Correct.
I'm actually not aware. I need to figure it out.
It's it's like a cucumber.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's of the same family. It has
yes,
little
sir.
stripes on it,
Yes, sir. Also,
and
I just yes,
it is
sir.
also eaten ripe. Also, it
Right.
is also eaten ripe.
Yes. Also, I was watching as we mentioned about Mahua. There was we all know a chef called Kunal Kapoor. So he made a Mahua ki chutney, which again was could be intoxicating, and I'm sure would be if taken in as you mentioned uh, use and misuse and yeah, that
Abuse.
abuse. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So uh, amazing session we had with you, sir, today.
Thank you so
And
much.
it was so informative, so interesting. There were so many things which I am sure most of us did not know about. And today we are full of information, sir. You're a bhandar of knowledge. And we are looking forward to hosting more such sessions with you. I am
I think we should get into practice rather than just preaching.
right, 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 right. So we'll maybe have a live cooking session next time when we have you. And shall we like wind up, or do you have
Sure,
anything,
sure.
sir? I will just propose the vote of thanks. So I, on behalf of Saraj Foundation and Amity School of Hospitality, Amity University Haryana, would like to take the privilege to propose the vote of thanks. I am immensely thankful to Dr. Kunal Seth for taking out time from his busy schedule and making the event so successful. As I mentioned, that this is going to be a blockbuster event, and it definitely was. Your presentation was very insightful, sir. I am so grateful to the respected dignitaries for their valuable presence. Next, I'd like to express my sincerest gratitude to Ms. Deepika Arya, founder of the Saraj Foundation. She is the motivation behind all the events that are happening and have happened in the past. Thanks very much, dear audience, for being patient listeners. Last but not the least, thank you, God, for blessing us with such a wonderful day. We are really honored that we have sir with us today, and Sir, you were simply amazing. Amazing.
It was definitely a pleasure, and I'm thankful to the entire team who has been working for the hosting of this show. And I think we should all clap for ourselves.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, audience. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. It was a great time. Thank you. Have a pleasant evening.
You too, sir. You too.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye.